Welcome everybody back to another Boldcast reaction. I'm Carson.
I'm Lindsay.
This is Naruto Shippuden, episode 336. What happened last time?
Last time we got a little bit of Kabuto's backstory, and it's starting off pretty sad.
And we're going to see more of it. Hope you guys leave a like and subscribe. Check out Patreon if you want to see the next episode, if you just can't wait. And support the official release. Let's go.
From the start, I was nobody and had nothing. I had nothing at
The
all.
glasses, like, activate. Is this their thing now? They're working?
Kabuto, are you okay? Yes, Mother. Orochi, could you get more bandages? Yeah, all right.
You are not a shinobi, but you are quite skilled with your medical ninjutsu.
Mother taught me everything that I know.
Kabuto, that's your name, right? You are to become a shinobi. I believe you would make a very good one. I'm sure of it.
No, but thanks for saying so. I only want to earn some money for the orphanage to stay open so that I can stay and help Mother with the work that she does there. She's just done so much for me, and all I've done to repay her is buy her some new glasses.
Really? Well, that is quite a shame.
Imagine if, like, no bad stuff had ever happened and he just, like...
has become little more than a glorified babysitter. It's been a while since I last saw you.
Fucking Orochimaru?
That's a name I cast off long ago. I know that talks with the Hidden Leaf for aid money have already been concluded.
We didn't come here only in regard to the aid money.
We are in a time of war, and we've obtained intel that the Hidden Stone are plotting a large-scale operation. We want you to infiltrate the stone, and if it does turn out to be true, you are to investigate and uncover what this operation entails, and when and where it will occur, and then report back to us. It will likely be a long-term mission.
You've come to the wrong person.
People just don't understand how valuable Mother's presence is to this orphanage and to the children who live here.
Such a dangerous task. You Foundation people ought to do it yourselves. Why must you come in here and ask Mother?
Because the Wandering Nun is the only person that we can entrust this long-term mission to. Currently, there's no one in the Foundation who possesses the espionage skills that she does.
Well, whose fault is that? Donzo.
Switching allegiances. But I know that she's a kunoichi who would never sell out the Hidden Leaf. From your expression, I can tell you've already guessed it, Nono. Yes, if you refuse, this orphanage will no longer receive funding.
We've already received assurances
Literally
from the third Okage.
stealing
There's
money
no
from
way you'd be
children.
allowed to do that.
Fucking
This
Donzo.
orphanage looks quite easy to break into and plunder. You should hire some guards to prevent all your money from getting stolen.
And also, you should take care that your children don't get snatched either. Children who don't have any past or family are worth quite a lot, you know.
You're vile!
You're the ones who don't understand it all. It's a small price to pay to protect the Hidden Leaf.
CEO's already covering his eye.
I understand.
Wait, Mother!
He just...
You realize that it's come to this because you couldn't kill your emotions? You weren't suited for the Foundation after all.
How dare you speak that way?
Also, I've already lost a subordinate in the process of obtaining this intel. I'll be taking one of the children here to replace them.
That's too far.
This is a separate matter from that.
It's fine. Some children actually wish to become Leaf Shinobi after all. You're to ask them to choose for themselves.
Okay,
I can
bud.
at least give you that. There may just be such a child even here.
But why, Kabuto?
I'm suited to be a ninja, and I want to hone my medical ninjutsu. Kabuto, you're throwing away 3 years with us? Come back here! Have all of you guys really forgotten the house rules? It's way past lights out.
Infiltrating the cloud. The mist.
Everywhere.
Yeah. Whoa.
That's cool.
got exposed somehow.
If I hadn't messed up, I'd be in bed asleep by now. 5 years since I left the orphanage. I wish I could have seen Mother and everyone one more time.
Oh my god. Oh my god.
Mother! No! Why? What are you doing here? We want you to infiltrate the stone and verify the intel.
Because the one.
Don't tell me she's been on the same mission all this time?
5 years, wow.
Why are you healing me? Just who are you?
What? It's me, Mother! It's Kabuto! Now don't you worry. I'm gonna save you.
Who are you?
Damn it! Nanigashi's been killed! Mother didn't know me. Why didn't she remember me? If she doesn't know me, who am I? Then who are you?
It appears that you can no longer see yourself clearly.
Huh?
You've become quite a fine shinobi, Kabuto.
Aren't you?
I've been watching you closely this whole time. And you know no clue. Come with me, Kabuto, and I will tell you everything that you want to know. Why Mother went after you for one, and why she didn't remember you in the slightest. Don't you want to know all that?
It's a hideout.
This is my hideout. No one knows about it. In fact, you are my first visitor.
It's very exclusive.
What do you want with me anyway?
The number of questions you have keeps increasing, but that's a good thing. People can never escape their desire for more knowledge.
Then hurry up and tell me already! You know what I want to know, isn't that true?
Well, to be completely blunt, the Foundation had decided they would dispose of both you and Mother. Huh? You were both too brilliant as spies to be kept alive.
But they made us risk our lives to gather intel for the Hidden Leaf Village, and this is...
At this point, you're considered very dangerous entities. But your fate was decided from the start, that you two would end up this way. And the script called for you both to kill each other in a mutual strike. Right after you left the orphanage, Danzo revealed to Mother the real reason why you had left. You sacrificed yourself and joined the Foundation for the orphanage's money. Mother wished to liberate you from the Foundation. As a condition of accepting her wish, several years ago, Danzo ordered her to assassinate a certain person. Ironically, the target of the assassination was you.
But I thought that it was the condition for my release! And why didn't she recognize me?
And there was other trickery afoot, too.
What trickery?
You and Mother were sent into separate enemy territories so that you two would never meet. And Mother was kept informed of your well-being and progress via photo. And then, over time, Mother was made to think someone else was you. Photos of you were skillfully replaced with those of someone else without her even noticing. It's called gradual brainwashing, a common practice of the Foundation. That right there is the other Kabuto. That's why no
So she didn't know what she looked like.
She never would have thought you were Kabuto in her wildest dreams.
And so the Foundation dispatched you to take care of whoever might have survived?
Is that what happened?
For someone who knows nothing about himself, you're quite perceptive.
I always wanted an explanation of who I was! And I thought I finally found it. But I've lost myself again, thanks to all of you Foundation bastards! These glasses were what linked Mother and me. The name she bestowed on me was mine, and mine alone. Mother was supposed to be the parent that didn't forget no matter what. But everything's wrong. Then who in the world am I?
You merely lack sufficient intel with which to define yourself. If you're dissatisfied with what you've had in the past, you can just find other things and then add them to yourself from here on out.
If you're planning on killing me, then why are you telling me all this?
I also want to know who or what I am. I've been collecting all sorts of things. I repeatedly conduct experiments on and inspect these things I've collected, store the gained knowledge and abilities within myself, and then I undergo rebirth, ever evolving toward a more perfect self. Afterward, I again obtain even newer items, and so on. This time, it's here.
Tell me, why am I one of those things to you?
Because I recognize and value your talent more than anyone else. And I prepared this medical experimentation facility just for you.
Just what are you plotting?
Like the Foundation, I'll form the hidden sound which belongs to no nation. From this moment,
Hidden sound,
you will
back
desert
at
the
it.
Foundation. Starting now, I shall be your superior, your sibling, and even your parent. I will protect you from Danzo as well. Moving forward, this will become your new person. Is found very young and adopted by a medical corps captain who raised you following the battle at Kikyo Pass. As of today, you shall be reborn as Kabuto Yakushi. If you want to know who and what you are, come and be by my side. Kabuto, there's another organization I want to look into next.
Leave it to me. So, what is this group?
The Akatsuki.
That theme hits so hard. At Tenchi Bridge.
Orochimaru's human experimentation data.
Yes, of course. Understood, Lord Sasori.
You are useful. You can erase your sound, your scent, even yourself. You're almost like one of my puppets.
Creation of the curse mark. Creation of the sound 4. Suigetsu. He was there for it all. Distilling it down. The white snake.
You're not satisfied with what you've had.
Oh, he's gonna drink
Just
it.
find other things and add them onto yourself from here on out.
Ew. Sitting in
In
the
that
chair.
same seat.
It's still not enough yet. This still isn't who I am.
That is a doozy. What did you think of that episode?
That's a pretty good episode. Nice backstory. Donzo's a piece of shit.
What else is new?
Guess not much. That's exactly what I wanted. The timeline for a second, I was like, the sorcery stuff, not quite fitting in here, but then they like tied it in, I guess, just later. Like, I guess I had thought that
You thought he had been a sorcery spy from day one?
No. I thought that then they said that the whole, like, he was in the Leaf Village and working for them. I thought that it was that, then sorcery, and then Orochimaru broke him out of sorcery's thing.
Yeah.
But then I guess
That's what I originally thought as well.
Yeah, that's what I thought that it had been. And it might have supposed to have been like that, and they might have changed it, but it doesn't really matter.
It seems like they had changed it many times.
It seems like they have changed it many times, but they did make it. They actually managed to fit in everything here, which I really appreciate because it had been really like
rocky of what the fuck is actually real.
Not quite sure what's true, what's the lie. Turns out most things were true. It was just they just wrapped it all up nicely here. And, yeah, that was good. It really sucks about his mom. That was pretty brutal. And then she didn't even recognize him because they faked her out with different pictures.
Yeah, it's much like a very specific, like, cult classic movie that I don't want to spoil for anybody, but, yeah, a lot like that.
It's, yeah, that's pretty rough. But yeah, good backstory. What was I had something to say about it.
About his mom, about him being a spy, about sorcery, about the timeline.
Oh, what I do want to know is how the fuck no one from the Foundation recognized him. I guess they're just saying that he's so good. Like, I guess that scene with sorcery was supposed to be like, he's so good at, like, changing himself that people wouldn't recognize him from before, even though he has the same name and the same glasses and the same hair color.
What would have been so crazy, what would have been even better than this, is if, like, whatever, we get, like, a flashback, and it's a completely different kid. It's just a random kid. He has, like, different colored hair. Maybe it's a girl. Who knows? Like, some crazy shit. Who knows? Like, it's just a completely different looking person and sounding person. And then it goes through all this shit, and then at the end, he, like, uses medical ninjutsu to alter his face and his voice and shit, and becomes Kabuto that way. Or, like, it was still Kabuto, but then, like, or whatever. That would have been crazy.
Yeah.
And because he didn't know who he was, so he just after he became one with Orochimaru with the help of his own medical ninjutsu, changed his face and became
for like
that
this
Kabuto.
last final one.
Yeah, that would have been cool. Like when he ties his hair back at the end or whatever, and he's like time skip. He's now
It's just like, this is anime. A ponytail is all that is needed to make the ultimate disguise.
Yeah.
I will now go to the village that I worked for 5 years.
They didn't see him for that time though.
But they must have, because they knew what he looked like enough to change his face to...
When we were looking at, when it was showing him growing up, in the frames where he was like in other village garb, there would be a person from the Foundation in a cloak, like handing a package to him or giving him orders or whatever.
Yeah.
So they would have known who he was, but like maybe two people. Like,
Yeah.
It's very
It's fair,
compartmentalized.
it's fair.
It is
Although the fact that he has the same first name and, like, Donzo's seen him. But I guess Donzo doesn't
give a fuck. And Donzo was working with Orochimaru. Donzo was the head of the Foundation. He was working with Orochimaru anyway, so they wouldn't have revealed. They let the Leaf Village get fucking destroyed.
That's true. That's true.
During the Pain arc, so they wouldn't give a fuck anyway.
Man, when Kabuto was just destroying Orochimaru, that's pretty disturbing.
Yeah, they couldn't he was doing that. He was getting that done for a while, and they couldn't show the extent of it on TV. But I imagine he would just be a paste.
I mean, yeah, he's like slicing him.
Yeah.
Yeah. That was cool.
I always thought his backstory was like surprising and really well fucking done.
I'm just surprised that they managed to tie all that random shit, like the Sound Village, the sorcery, like they actually made it work. And I'm very pleasantly surprised with that, because I was thinking, there's gonna be some plot holes in there, and I'm gonna have to deal with it, but that's all right. But they actually did a good job. They had left it just vague enough that now that the story's complete, everything could like come together.
It's that, and it's also that the story's complete, exactly. That they can tie everything up because it's just Kabuto, right?
Yeah.
So, like, there's not any weird Orochimaru, like, fuckery, like he's gonna switch his body
who knows what's going on with, remember,
the scroll, right?
Yeah, that scroll was found, and who knows what that's all about.
Yeah.
But, yeah, I like this backstory. I feel kind of bad for Kabuto. He had a pretty fucked up life, actually.
Do you think, so I never considered this, do you think Danzo used his eye to convince her to just go along with it?
Well, I didn't, like...
Use Shisui's eye?
That's what I thought in the moment. That's why I reacted to that.
Because, like, he put up his hand like that, like,
and then
Jedi
just all of a
mind trick
sudden she
style.
was like, all right.
I'll do it.
I'll do it.
It makes sense that she'd do it regardless if that was the only way out, but it also
But
makes
he
sense that
could have,
Danzo would be like, all right, let's get this over with. Bam. And then it would recharge after some time.
Yeah, because I don't know why he'd be all like, if he wasn't doing anything sketchy.
Right.
I mean, it could go either way, but I think that it is cool to imagine that she agreed, and then Kabuto heard, said his thing, and then she had to agree because he was already gone. Like, she had to continue on with it,
right.
even after.
The one plot hole it's not, there are ways to explain it away, but the one, like, inconsistency or kind of weird thing that you have to get over with all this shit with Danzo, since we're dealing with Danzo, is more with Orochimaru. That Orochimaru was still in the village when Danzo got Shisui's eye and all the Sharingans in his arm. Or maybe he doesn't have the arm. Maybe he doesn't have the arm yet.
But he would have had the eye.
He had the eye, so he could use the ship, but only once every 10 years. Because that's Hashirama's cells was the arm. He didn't have the cells on his eye, I don't think. No, it was only on his arm. But he would have
still had all the Sharingan because... he got the eye, like right before that.
He would have them, but he doesn't have them in his arm. Look, you can see his thumb. It's not white. He got his entire
I know, I'm
arm
saying,
replaced.
but he would have them somewhere else.
Right.
In which case,
Orochimaru wouldn't have helped him out here.
Yeah, I guess not.
I guess not, but eventually he would, and that's something that we were kind of like, Orochimaru tried so hard to get Sasuke's Sharingan and Itachi's Sharingan that, you know,
he could have
included, hey, I'll make this,
Sharingan
I'll infuse you with Hashirama's cells if you give me 1 Sharingan, 2 Sharingan, and I'll just have those, and you can do whatever you want, but I'm not doing it unless you
it's not like
trade.
It's not like Danzo could say no, like no one other than Orochimaru would be able to do some shit like that.
Yeah. Anyway. That's just the one thing. That's the one, they specifically didn't go into that, which I kind of like. But he does have his arm wrapped up, so I wonder what that's about.
Yeah.
Oh, he has his arm wrapped up, but his hand is clearly fleshy.
Yeah.
But he clearly has Shisui's eye.
Yeah.
And it looks like he did use it, just from his body language, which is kind of subtle. But it's possible that he didn't. It would make sense either way. I just wanted to talk about that because that whole part of it was always really interesting to me. But what else? Yeah, he killed his mom. There was that. Voice acting. Kabuto's voice actor. My God,
Kabuto's voice
so
actor is really good.
He is one of those voices.
Of, like, imagine if we, like, especially like when we were watching in the sub for that one thing where Kabuto was like the villain of that thing, and it just seemed so fucking lame.
Yeah.
Without Kabuto's English voice actor, like he really sells
he brings a lot to the dub.
Scumbag, weaselly, but then in this, it's like
really
you see
sympathetic.
Yeah,
it shows a lot of skill for sure. Like he's really, really skilled. There's some voices I kind of overlooked it until now that not until now, but like when I remember when we were talking about the dub and the sub and all that shit, I would name like Guy and Lee and Kakashi and all these people as like the English voices are really, really well done. They add something, specifically Guy would say add something that the sub doesn't have, like, to his voice, like it's this sort of additional flair that is added by watching the dub instead of the sub. But fucking Kabuto is is exactly like that too.
Yeah. It's really good.
He adds a lot, and it's awesome to see. Anything else you want to say?
No, I'm just excited for this. Like, if you don't know, maybe if you just recently started watching, Kabuto is one of my favorite characters and kind of has been the whole time. And I like that we've got a solid backstory for him. It's really satisfying.
Yeah, it's satisfying. Yeah, that there's no like.
But I'm
weird
also
shit.
sad because now that we have his backstory and he's facing down Sasuke and Itachi, and he's getting super overconfident and like, no one will ever defeat me. He might just get taken out right now.
We shall see in the next episode, which you can watch on Patreon, or you can just wait here on YouTube if you leave a like and subscribe. We hope you enjoyed most of all. I'm Carson.
I'm Lindsay.
Bye-bye.